What's up, everybody? Welcome into Underground Crypto Deep Dive Research Show. It is a Saturday. It's a little later maybe for some people, but I appreciate everybody who is here. Hope you guys are feeling blessed, even regardless of what crypto is doing. Remember, money is not everything. We're here to research and learn how to be better speculators for sure, and just raise our crypto IQ in general, but money is not everything. Don't lose sight of that. That's my personal opinion, never financial advice. Today, we hit 4,000 watch hours on the channel. That's a big, monumental thing for me. Now we can get monetized fully, and I can come in a little harder on some of this crypto content for you guys. I will be with you in just a second. All right, let's get to it with no delay. We are over here. Welcome again to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive channel. Shout out to anybody who may have come over from the Lifers channel. God bless the Lifers, and always shout out to my man Sam for shouting me out on his channel. Just being a wonderful person in general. I've gotten, so many opportunities to hang out with him and get to know him, and I just can't say enough good things about the guy. He is exactly who you see on the stream. That's exactly who he is in real life. I just want to say that for anybody who may be wondering. Let's get right into it. So this channel, we usually start immediately on the crypto bubbles, right? Why do we do this? It's because we want to see what is going on in crypto right now. Crypto bubbles is a fantastic way to take a bunch of data and put it in a visual way for us to understand it. River, I've been trading River all day. I made about $300 and it looks like I'm about to give it back, which is unfortunate for sure, but we'll see. Maybe it pumps out of it and I get a little bit of a relief pump. That would be fantastic, but no worries there. We're not going to concentrate on that, but it is up 29.6%. River is moving strong. Kaya up 19.6%. We played around with a lot of things in the Kaya, ecosystem, if you will. A lot of games and stuff over there. We got Lighter. We talked about Lighter a bunch. We made videos about it before the token generation event ever even happened. Pump.fun with a 10.8% pump. Pump.fun is pumping, and MYX getting 11% pump. We got a super chat coming in, and again, shout out to everybody who is here. So sending love and gratitude to all underground, my man, Gracias. Hey, I appreciate you saying that for sure. Keeping it real. I'm here from the Lifer, happy to be here. Hey man, I'm happy that you're here. I'm glad that you like the Lifer show, and I really hope that you like this show as well. We do our best here to raise people's crypto IQ, and we used to do a daily topic. Now we do more of a series for the week, and today is episode number 6. So we just try to work something in there that helps you raise your crypto IQ. And we'll get to that after we cover what is trending. You'll see it when it comes about. Now, Fluid is up 61.9%. That is pretty hefty pump there for Fluid. Now, I'm not very fluid with Fluid, if you get me. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it is pumping. You got Tibber, 9.1%. The CVX, Convex Finance, it's getting a pump, 8.1%. Then we got Frax, which is a 9.1% pump right now. That is the Frax dollar. Let's drop down another 100. We usually only go down to 200 to 300. That's as far as we usually go. Penguin. A lot of people have been talking about Penguin. Not to be familiar, confused with the other coin, which is Pengu, I believe. And it is 268% pump. Maybe that's what I should have been trading today, but I knew that a lot of people were talking about it, but it was still kind of small on my radar here. Let's see. What is the market cap of this thing? 154.2 million. So it has definitely been moving up. Now let's keep going here. We got Dusk. I know that Lifer put out a trade for Dust. That's another one I wish I would have hopped into. Only so many trades you can handle at one time for me personally, and money to jump into them, so I didn't get into this one, but it had a nice pump today, 16.4%. UNC, which is U-Chain, 27.2%. Avantis, 19.9%, up to 34 cents, and Alina with a 13.2%. Now let's go ahead and move along here and come over to our price rundown. We do this every stream where basically we just kind of run down real quick what the prices are for some of the top coins in the crypto industry. So BTC, $89,050. Let's just call it 89,000. It is down 6.2% in the last 7 days. I'm sure most of you are well aware of that. Ethereum, $2,949. Now, one thing I say on the channel a lot when we do this is I like to see, for psychological levels, if you will, BTC above 90,000 and Ethereum above 3,000, and they're just hanging under those levels. So let's see if we can maybe get a move up. Maybe, Monday around 6, 7, 8 p.m. we can start getting a nice pump. Maybe during the day Monday. You never know. $882 for BNB. XRP chilling at $1.90. If you're new here, definitely tell us, not how you found the channel, but, where you're from and what you're into in crypto. And there is a link to the Discord in the description, or in the chat, also in the description, but it's pinned in the chat as well. We have a free Discord where we're always hanging out. There's a lot of great people over there. We have a very tight niche community. So Solana, $126. Tron is 29 cents. Dogecoin, 12 cents. It's been hanging out here for a while. Dogecoin is down 9.8% on the 7-day. Cardano is 35 cents. And also, we're going to skip some of these wrap coins. Monero, $502, still down 10.5% on the last 7 days. Chainlink, $12.13. Zcash has gotten absolutely obliterated, $361. Is that thing going to bounce? I don't really know. Canton Network, 15 cents, a high 15 cents, almost 16 cents, and it's actually one of the few that are up. It's up 31.8% in the last 7 days. Now, SWE, $1.49, which is 16.3% down in the last 7 days. Now, let's scroll down. We like to see where Flare is at for my man, the Blues guy. Shout out to the Blues guy. Thank you for the super chat. And it is number 105. So it's still hanging out and around the same place. From here, we always go over to what is trending. So what is trending in crypto right now? Well, Penguin. We know that's trending, and you can see that there's no 7-day price. So this thing is brand new off the press. So we will be coming back to that in just a moment here. You got Rain. Rain is all about prediction market. Somnia is all about gaming. Enos, Pudgy Penguins, Bitcoin, Axie Infinity, River, Seeker. Seeker is the coin for the Solana mobile ecosystem. Sentient, that is new on the radar. You'll see that there's no 7-day for either of those, Seeker and Sentient. They are new coins out on the radar. Then we have this Namia, which I've never heard of, so let's go ahead and check that out here in a minute. 64.4% up on the day. So let's hop over into Penguin. So Penguin is about 15 cents. Let's throw it on the max chart, which I believe was very relatively recent that it came out. Token generation event January 22nd, 2 days ago. And it came out at around 0.005. Has 146 million in its market cap. It's moved up even a little bit since the last time that we looked at it, which was moments ago on the bubbles. A billion max supply and almost completely vested. 999.9 million in circulating supply. So this thing is pretty much fully vested. The coins are pretty much all out there. Solana contract. We got their website or their app. Let's see if we're going to be able to look at that. And it is a meme, right? Let's go ahead and hop over to the X profile for them if we can and just see how many, followers. Okay, this is the members page. So this is 10,000 members, pin post, got 200,000 impressions. This thing is getting a lot of attention. The whole Twitter thing is just to see how much attention they are getting. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Cryptic Quentin. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. There's some new names here. I appreciate everybody who came over. Okay, Towards the Mountains, a token for those who turn their backs on the colony and march into the interior. Sounds like some Penguin lore if you ask me. And let's go down. Who's with us? Embrace the new paradigm, says Binance.us. So the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often and sometimes frightened, but no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. Hey, that's a really good quote they got going on there. And I think it's their own quote. And so this thing is a meme coin. There isn't like a ton of things to say about it. Let's go over to their roadmap. So they have departure phase 1. One thing I see here is they don't really have any dates, you know, like quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 kind of thing. So it says departure, the 70 kilometer silence. I believe that's kilometer, right? Partnership with philosophy-based influencers. So they want to partner with some influencers. The mountain peak, which is community milestones and real-world impact and eternal reoccurrence, right? And so the thing is, this roadmap is not very detailed. That's one criticism that I give meme coins a lot of times with their roadmaps. I like to see, even in a meme coin, some more detailed, maybe quarter 1, quarter 2, some time frames. That way we can kind of hold them accountable to doing what they said they were going to do in a timely manner. So this is Penguin. It's a meme coin. Not a whole lot to say about it. And we're going to move on to our next trending coin. And then we will go take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. And this is all on crypto, CoinGecko. Sorry, we use CoinGecko and CryptoRank here a lot. So this is Nomina. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. Anyways, it's ticker NOM, and it's chilling at about 0.013, so just a little bit over a penny. We got the max chart pulled up, and it says September 30th, 2025. And so this thing has, only been around a short period of time, but what is it, right? 38.5 million in market cap, 7.5 billion max supply, but only 2.9 billion in circulating supply. If you don't know your tokenomics very well, we talk about tokenomics a lot on this channel because I believe tokenomics play a huge role in if things do well or don't do well. And so you would take this circulating supply and you would divide it by the market cap, and it would give you the price per coin, per asset, per unit. It doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't really change the math, right? Has an Ethereum contract, and I don't see any other contracts here, so that tells me it's kind of Ethereum exclusive. Oh, Greenfinger's in the house. What's up? Welcome in. Welcome in. Anybody else that I should shout out here? Melissa, of course. Keeping it real. I already mentioned you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All right. It's a smart contract platform, perpetuals, and decentralized finance, which, of course, is DeFi. Let's go over to their Twitter and see how many, followers, how much attention they are getting. So 518,000 followers. That's not too shabby. Bigger than a lot of coins that we look at. Power tool for on-chain markets, building the first unified trading platform. And it has 28,000 impressions on the pin post from December 16th, 2025. Says it's now live. You can trade XYZ, so you can trade all kinds of things over there. Let's go check out their website and see what they really have going on. This is, of course, like another decentralized exchange. There are many of these popping up. This category, this niche is very, popping here in the crypto space. Let's see, claim your spot. So access Nomina. I think it's Nomina. I'm terrible with saying things when I've never said them before. I will not hide that. So we look at a lot of decentralized exchanges. First off, this one needs a little bit of color. That's one thing I gotta say here. And let's see. So you could trade ETH. So you could click ETH. Max leverage is 25. That's pretty low for Ethereum. Usually BTC, Solana, and Ethereum have the highest leverage. And over here, you slide the bar. This is going to look pretty much like any decentralized or centralized exchange that you've ever used. I know a lot of you guys are lifers, so you're going to be familiar with how to use this. And there's not a whole lot to show here. One of the main things that I like to look at in an exchange is just how many tokens you're able to trade. And it does look a little bit limited. So that kind of makes me a little bit limited on the exchange itself. I've seen much better. I'm just going to be honest, right? I give you guys my honest opinion. I've seen a lot better when it comes to exchanges. And we're going to move on. From here, we usually run over to CryptoRank.io and we look at the Fear and Greed Index. And if I make it big so you can really see it, it'll also tell us what it was yesterday, what it was a month ago. And so yesterday it was 25, today it's 25. 7 days ago it was 49, and a month ago it was 20. So you see we had this little pop, and if you scroll down just a little bit, if you're not familiar with CryptoRank and the Fear and Greed Index, you will see we've only really had one day where we got up to 61, which was greed, not extreme greed, but greed. And it was 61 January 14th, 2026. From here, we're going to go do the same thing we just did on CoinGecko. We're going to look at the trending coins on CryptoRank. Of course, got to get rid of these pop-ups. All right, so 20 coins searched in the last 7 days. We got Credit Coin, T, Cellframe, this QORPO, Tectum, Zeta, Markets, Coinbacks, Paxi Network, Basic Cash, Speed. Let's see, what else is kind of new on our radar? You should know most of these other ones. So we do spend a lot of time going over these coins, and I know a lot of you guys are probably not familiar and are just coming over here. And so I probably won't go into super detail about a lot of these because I already know what they are. Credit Coin is a credit coin. If we click it, we'll read a brief description just to make sure you know what it is because I think that is important. So Credit Coin connects many blockchains to create a secure, transparent cryptocurrency lending market. So it's about credit and credit on the blockchain. And let's see when this token came out. A lot of times we look at tokens, projects that don't even have a token yet. This one does have a token, and it is saying May 9th, 2022. So it's not a new project, right? And it had this all-time high here of $2.91, give or take a little bit. 138 million for the market cap and 2.3 billion for the all-time high. To me, that is a huge disparity between market cap and all-time high. So for me, I'm kind of out on it unless it can prove itself to be relevant once again. Let's move on because a lot of times the financial stuff is not the most exciting for people. Next up, we have T. Now, T does not have a token yet. I do like CryptoRank for the fact that it will give us founders or the team. There are people we can look up, and we usually do a founders deep dive for a project during the stream. T is a decentralized technology protocol that enables OSS developers to be rewarded for their software contribution. So there's not a whole lot more to say here. This project is for developers to get paid for their contributions, right? Let's move along here because I know a few of these coins from going over them the last few days, and I know that they're not really something that's going to really grab your attention and you're probably going to be really bullish on. Thank you, Melissa, for that. That's a super sticker, right? Isn't that what that is? But I appreciate it very much. All right, and we do have a membership where you can get custom emojis. I made them myself. Throw those custom emojis in the chat. Let the people see them. So Cellframe, right? Ticker Cell, C-E-L-L. Cellframe is a quantum-resistant Layer 1 network focused on facilitating secure and scalable cross-chain transfers. So it is its own Layer 1, and this narrative keeps coming up. We keep seeing this language around quantum resistance. And as we've talked about it, I kind of begged the question around quantum resistance. We haven't really seen any major news stories around big attacks from quantum computers yet, but they definitely are noticing that this could be an issue, and projects are trying to get out ahead of it maybe before we really have big issues with it. So there's quite a few of these projects. One that comes to mind is the quantum resistant ledger. That is another token that has this narrative going for it. In crypto, we have different categories, narratives, and niches, and I think that it is a big plus to kind of put it into your mind in the way where you can begin to categorize, is this financial? Is it a meme coin? Is it about metaverse? You know what I mean? To the point where when you look at them, you're like, okay, I know what that is. And when you're building a portfolio or you're looking to invest, then maybe you could think categories and be like, okay, this is hot. I think this will have a nice pump at some point, and quantum resistant is kind of on the radar there. So we will take a look at when this coin came out. Let's pop over to the weekly. Weekly says the 6th of December 2021 with a 3.8 million market cap, and it was at one time at 81 million for its market cap. Let's go over to the Twitter and let's kind of take a look at if it has any attention around it. So 39.9 thousand followers, and it doesn't really have a pin post here. I think that's a bit of a fail on their part. Let's see, this one looks like a good post. January 23rd has 1.7 thousand impressions. So the first thing that comes to mind here is they don't really have good attention over on social media, but we'll still check out their website and kind of give them a look over and see how it goes. So quantum safe service orientated LO blockchain protocol. So what is that about? Start staking, download the software, start masternode, Cellframe shop, build and manage quantum safe blockchain solutions with Cellframe SDK. So what is Cell-Frame Network? Well, I'd really like to know what they mean by this LO blockchain protocol, right? So it sounds like a way that they decided to build their blockchain. So scalable blockchain platforms. Cell-Frame Network is scalable, open source, and next generation platform for building and bridging blockchains and services secured by post-quantum encryption, okay? Blockchain for mass adoption. We believe that the next paradigm for blockchain technology is massive adoption, and our platform strives to expand the use cases associated with blockchain technology. Fast and quantum resistant, this is their big claim to fame here. Cell-Frame can provide extremely high transactions throughput, based on our original sharding implementation. In addition, post-quantum cryptography, I always want to say cryptography, I don't know why, it's cryptography, makes the system resistant to hacking by quantum computers. And versatile blockchain solutions, we offer an environment for enterprise and developers to build fast arrays of products ranging from simple to low-level dApps or decentralized applications to the whole blockchain on top of Cell-Frame Network. How is the Cell-Frame Network different? So it's unique, secured interoperability. Don't let this big word scare you. This is a bit of a crypto IQ moment. Interoperability just means things working together. Cell-Frame Network is built with a unique implementation of dual layer sharding and conditional transaction. Is this a little bit nerdy for you? I do apologize, but try to hang in there and I will continue to try to break this down for you. So it says this allows seamless interoperability as well as fast economical transactions, all secured by integrated quantum safety measures. And I'm kind of going to leave it here because we're going to get way more technical, I can tell. Why is post-quantum encryption important? And notice it says post-quantum encryption. So they're acknowledging that the full-on quantum attack or problem is not really fully here. All right, let's move on here. That is Cell-Frame. And we usually take a look at what's trending in the beginning of the show. So we have this QORPO. I don't think it's the best choice for a name, but you know, it's a little long. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. I don't really feel like it's something a lot of people are going to just remember. Also, smash that like button and subscribe. Don't forget there is a link to our Discord in the chat. Throw a 111 in the chat if you checked out our, no, it's not Solana. It's a part of Solana, but it is the Jupiter DEX review that we did with a price prediction. So hopefully that made it a little bit more intriguing for you. Drizzy TV asked for it, and we did deliver. So this thing is chilling at 0.0059, almost 0.006, and it has a token generation already. And let's go ahead and take a look. If I remember, this thing had been around for a while. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, not too terribly long. This thing says this 26th of February 2024 has a 3.6 million market cap, and it's been as high as 41 million. So it's not really too big of a disparity, but it's definitely a disparity between market cap and all-time high. But what is it, right? QORPO World is a platform that democratizes gaming and merges advanced Web3 features under one roof. Let's see what kind of attention they have over on Twitter. So building the future of finance, interactive world for millions, powered by this QORPO. So it has 198.9 thousand followers. That's really not too bad. And sorry, let me get back to my chat here. And it is at 6.5 thousand impressions for the pin post. And that pin post was from December 17th, 2025. So they have a few followers. That's a good sign. But the impressions are definitely a little low. Especially given the amount of time that's passed since December 17th is definitely a big gap. You would think with a nice produced video like this, they would have a little bit more impressions. But let's go check out the website and see what they are talking about. Any 111s in the chat? Did anybody watch the Jupiter price prediction review video? And give me your opinions on it if you would. So this is all about games, game token, Genesis, Splinter, drops. Let's see, I'm just kind of reading as I go down. Your portal to play AI. And I want to see the games though. So let's go down here. Let's take a look at the games. It looks like they only have a few. Citizen Conflict. This looks like a Fortnite style game. I could play the trailer. Battle Royale. I think you guys get the point here, but I notice that I get a lot of errors, service error. Every time I go to something, it gives me a service error. Let's go check out that other game real quick. Melissa says 11111, very informational, sir. Hey, I appreciate you saying that. This just took me to the same thing. What is up with that? Animate. I thought that would be a different game, but it just kind of took me to the same place. Anyways, they have rewards. This Genesis. They have staking. What is Genesis? Oh, wow. So there seems to be some issues with this website because everything I click on kind of takes me somewhere else. Like I click Genesis, the beginning, and it just takes me back to, their website. Maybe that was done on purpose. We have staking. See, you saw it pop up for a minute, and it just took us back to the main part of the website instead of staking. So it seems like they have some issues. It says I was logged out, which is weird because I was absolutely never logged in to start with. All right, let's keep on moving here. So we have Tectum. I don't believe Tectum is a new token at all. Let this thing load up. Let's go to the weekly. I think we need to go to the monthly on this thing and just see when it came out. It says the 1st of March 2024. So this is an older token. We're not going to spend a ton of time on it. Tectum is the world's fastest blockchain, a lightning-fast payment solution to transfer ownership of Bitcoin with minimal fees. This is Bitcoin DeFi. I do have to say that Bitcoin DeFi is a little bit lost on me because it never really seems to do all that well. And we got 3.4 million in market cap, 326 million for the all-time high. That is a huge disparity, and when it comes to that, I think that this thing is probably cooked. That's my personal opinion. Then we have Zeta Markets. This is new on the radar. There is a token. Let's see how far we got to go back to get that token. Let's just grab the weekly. All right, it's been around a little while. And we are talking about the 24th of June, 2024. Another 2024 coin getting a little bit of buzz. Why? I'm not sure. 11 million in market cap, and the all-time high was 43.3 million. And so, not a horrible disparity between the two. Maybe this thing could come back. Zeta Markets, decentralized finance or DeFi, futures and options exchange built on Solana. So this is another exchange built on Solana. Bullet is Solana's trading layer, and they're still in testnet. So the part about this project that really confused me is they've been around since 2024, and you're telling me that your exchange is still in testnet? To me, that strikes me as mismanagement, bad teamwork. Maybe they never meant to do anything in the first place. Maybe it was like kind of a rug pull. I don't know what's going on here, but I can't go see the decentralized exchange, and that makes me a little bit concerned given the time period that they have been around. Melissa says, I have bad eyes. That looks like GoPro World. LOL, that's hilarious. All right, moving on. And then we have Coinbacks. Coinbacks is a platform designed to process stablecoin payments using programmable transaction rules. So this thing is financial. No token generation event yet. We do have some team or co-founders here. We have the founder, this Peter guy here, and they've raised $4.2 million. They do give us some good information over on Crypto Rank. Keeping it real in the house, throwing shout out. How'd I miss that? I don't know. How did you miss it? So Paxi Network, we're just kind of moving down the list. We're moving quickly. It looks like maybe a lot of the new people from the lifers have already clicked off. That's okay. Maybe they'll come back another time. Paxi Network is a layer 1 blockchain. And we will click on some of these categories here. Cosmos ecosystem, blockchain Osmios, which, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? And we will keep going down to see where their token came out, 14th of November, 2025. And it's been as high as 3.8 million, and it's at 1 million now. So this is a very small token. Do they have any attention over on Twitter? That is the question. Says, we out here, bro. I appreciate you letting me know. I very much appreciate everybody who came over. I can't say that enough. A layer 1 general purpose blockchain, fast, secure, and fully decentralized, powering DeFi, DAOs, cross-chain, and decentralized applications with true validator freedom. So it seems a little bit techie. Maybe it's lost on a lot of people. Maybe they didn't do a good job with their marketing. They've been around long enough that I've seen plenty of projects already be much higher in followers. 15.3 thousand followers. This is from December 15th, 2025, and it only has 21,000 impressions. I mean, that's more than they have followers, so that's good. But it does tell me that a lot of the other posts are probably much smaller. Yeah, 10K, 2.7, 5.6. All right, let's go take a look at their website, see if they have something a little bit more interesting to offer us here. Soaking up the sauce. Appreciate you saying that. Keeping it real says still here. All right, so there is a few people still here. The one thing that I thought about this was interesting is you can go node installation, Paxi Hub app download, and you could probably get into, verifying and earning some coin here. Is it worth it? That is completely up to you. I have absolutely no idea. This project is really small. They are newer, but I don't see a lot of attention about it, and I don't hear anybody else talking about it over on Twitter or anything like that. And they give you some, specs, some analyticals here. I'm not going to read all of them. They'd sound like a bunch of gibberish. It says fast and low cost, fair by design, seamless IBC, community-driven DAO, built-in automated market maker swap, smart contracts and standards, and complete ecosystem. All right. Let's move on. I hit back one too many times. All right, let's go forward now. So Basis Cash. I always say Basic Cash. It's Basis Cash. We went over this yesterday. So Basis Cash is a yield farming aggregator of interest earning DeFi. Of course, I clicked the button and it totally took me somewhere else. DeFi opportunities. So it's a yield farming aggregator. And let's take a look at the token. Man, you got to go way back for this thing. We're going to have to swap this over to the weekly. That tells me that this is not a new token. It's the 21st of December, 2020. So this thing has been around for quite some time. Been as high as 58 billion in market cap, and it's at 98.1 thousand. I gotta say, with those kind of numbers, man, I am absolutely out on this token, this Basis Cash. Crypto live for the algo. Hey, I appreciate you saying that. Go to the gym. I always love your name. I always see you over on the Lifer channel. It's awesome to have you stop by and check us out. And definitely, everybody go to the gym or work out in some way. Speed. And it's funny, I usually go to the gym after, Lifer hops off in the morning stream. And every time I see your name in the chat, I always think, oh, yeah, man, I'm definitely going to the gym today. So it works. You saying go to the gym actually does always kind of give me a little extra push to go to the gym, as funny as that sounds. So Speed. And what is this thing about? It has raised 8 million. Let's go look at its categories, just blockchain services, payments. So this thing is financial. Speed is a platform for processing Bitcoin payments for individuals and businesses. I've kind of already told you how I feel about Bitcoin DeFi. Personally, from a philosophical level, I would love to see Bitcoin DeFi do amazing, but I just really haven't seen it yet. And so I'm kind of out on Bitcoin DeFi until it can really show me something. All right, let's go take a look at how much attention they have. This thing is new. There is no token generation event. It says, love you, my bro. Hey, back at you, man. And thanks for being here. Hopefully you'll click that link to the description. I am talking at a million miles an hour. I got to hit some water here. But in the description and in the chat, the one in the chat's probably the easiest. There's a link to our Discord. Come on over and meet all the amazing people in our very tight niche community, as we are still building and a lot of people don't know about us, but there's a lot of perks to being a small crypto, channel or community, because we get to really actually interact with a lot of people. We have a voice channel over there. Sometimes we'll get together and all hang out and just talk in the voice channel. It's very, close knit. Some much needed water. Blues Guy says, Underground, what's up, man? BTC coming on DeFi FBTC. Yeah, coming on DeFi. Exactly. And there's a lot of people with a lot of money on BTC who they hold it like digital gold. And like gold, you don't really move gold around, right? It's not the most liquid asset. And so I think a lot of people view it like that. And I think a lot of people who are in Bitcoin have a lot of money. Not all of them, but there are a lot that do. And I don't think they really want to put their money at risk and move it around or even earn yield on it, because they've made so much money just holding Bitcoin that they're probably going to continue to do that. Speed, Bitcoin Lightning payment platform. So you already get it here, right? And the pin post has 19,000 impressions out of 8,354 followers. And so I would say attention on this is low. And this is a common thing that I see for a lot of Bitcoin DeFi, is that the attention around it is just really low. A lot of people didn't get into Bitcoin because it was already way too high by the time that they considered cryptocurrency in general. And so honestly, a lot of people are out on, Bitcoin DeFi because they just not going to use Bitcoin ecosystem. They don't have any Bitcoin. Then we got Sentient. Now, Sentient was a pretty interesting project. You know it, Flare, baby. Yes, Blue Sky is the Flare king. He loves Flare, for anybody who doesn't know that. We have put out a lot of walkthroughs and deep dives of different things. We started with Flare and the dashboard, and then we moved into like SparkDex, the main decentralized exchange, and some other decentralized exchanges, some other products, and we're continuing to put those videos out. So if you're looking for, some passive income, some yield, and if you're looking to see how well connected Flare is with a lot of stuff, you'd be surprised how connected Flare is with everything we call that interoperability. So Sentient, or ticker Cent, is kind of new on the radar, but I have seen it kind of buzzing and getting a little bit of attention, so that kind of makes me happy. It hasn't been around very long at all. On the daily, it says the 22nd of January, so that was just 2 days ago. And it's got 196.5 million in its market cap, all-time high 286 million. So this thing has kind of held up pretty well so far. Sentient is an open source artificial intelligence development platform. So what I really get from this thing, and actually I want to go look at the Twitter, I want to see how much attention they have. That's a big deal to me, because you could be the greatest project, but if you have no attention and nobody talking about you, that can be a bit of a problem for people coming and buying the coin, basically the market cap going up, price go up, if you will, if you want to make it really simple. So this is Sentient. They got the gold check mark. Feel free to follow me, Crypto Ron, with the blue check mark over on Twitter. I got my face in the little thumbnail. I don't think I have any impersonators, but it's coming for sure. To ensure that artificial general intelligence is open sourced and not controlled by any single entity. I don't think they're going to be able to accomplish that by themselves. There's already a bunch of big conglomerate AI, artificial intelligence projects, company, ChatGPT, Seek, DeepSeek, and so it's going to be hard for them to make sure it's all open source. Those people built that, and they're going to control it. So they have 586.5 thousand followers. Pin post January 22nd has, 616,000 impressions. They have a nice little video here, very short and straight to the point, only 48 seconds. But let's look at some of their other posts, right? 20 hours ago, it's a repost, 9.7, 12K, 18 hours ago. Yes, 2 days ago, they got 32,000. So it's actually not too bad, but they have a lot of followers. I'd like to see it a little bit closer to the ratio. Sometimes we see projects with high followers and every post has got 50, 60, 70, 80 or more thousand impressions. I know you can't really control, who Twitter shows you to, so that can be a little bit frustrating for sure. Let's talk about the actual project though, right? The actual project Sentient, the home for open source AI reasoning, is more than just a project that's trying to build, another ChatGPT. They seem to really be about research and pushing the envelope in development and coming up with new things and staying on top of the cutting edge tech that is AI. It says where open source agents are built, tested, and improved by teams across research and industry. They seem very welcoming to developers and people in the AI space. They want them to come over and then kind of build this conglomerate of information. And so it might get a little bit techie here. We're always about raising your crypto IQ. So if you see some stuff you don't understand or you hear some language you don't understand, you can always ask in the chat. Me or some of my mods or somebody may, kind of direct you and help you there a little bit. But also over time, this show is built to compound, right? It's all about raising your crypto IQ. And just like you went to school, whether it was just for the grade school, it was always built to compound on itself. What you learned in first grade was built to further you so that you could go to second, third, fourth, whatever. And so basically, I just want to say that, if you don't get a lot of stuff at first, it's okay. You can ask questions in the Discord. You can hit, if you join the Discord, you can hit the @ type my name and I will see it and I can respond to you a little more personally in that place. Stay up to date on new research, agent architecture, and community programs pushing the grid and open source AGI forward. And let's see what we got. Introducing Sera, S-E-R-A, our state-of-the-art crypto agent beating closed source systems like ChatGPT. So they're saying open source better than closed source, right? Introducing Aroma. So these are different digital projects, also products. That's what I meant to say that they have, but projects works as well. The world's first reasoning framework for building powerful recursive AI. Sentient wins AI startup of the year. So they've been recognized a little bit here. Our research at the frontier of reasoning. And you see again this language, they want to stay at the front of this cutting edge technology. So our work span, reasoning, autonomy, and learning to create the foundation behind a modular stack for open source AGI. And then it gets more into detail about each product. If you want to know more individual about this product, throw a 555 in the chat and I will do a full video on this thing, as we could obviously spend a lot of time on this project. And I just kind of don't want to do that to you right now because it is a lot of technical jargon and you might not really understand it and you might not want to listen to it. So we're going to move on here. I think we did our due diligence covering Sentient, and you can tell as we run through these coins that we go over a lot, coins that don't have a lot of substance to them, coins that are mostly almost like a dead coin that got a little bit of pop or some trending. We don't spend as much time on, we just give you a description, and the ones that are newer and I think a little bit more important, we spend a little bit more time on. Zama, have you ever heard of Zama? Have you ever heard of homomorphic encryption? Well, that's what this thing is all about. It says 8.8 million up here, but if you go down, it says they've also raised 57 million, which is much more significant. That is a nice chunk of change to get started when it comes to higher end developers, influencers, to get the word out, all of that kind of stuff. So here's the description. Zama is a cryptography company dedicated to developing open source homomorphic encryption tools for developers. And let's see what kind of attention they have, because we still don't have a token generation event for this project. And it says 291.5 thousand followers. And let's go down. Pin post is the 7th. And they have 30,000 impressions. A decent looking video. Says the bidding phase for Zama public auctions is now complete. Let's move over to their website just briefly. We've gone over this thing a lot. Build confidential applications on any blockchain. So every good project should solve a problem, right? And if it doesn't solve a problem, it probably doesn't have the staying power. Something we've talked a lot about in our crypto IQ raising events, which is basically where we pick a topic in our series and talk about it, is basically why certain narratives do well, why they come back time after time. And that is because they solve a very critical issue in crypto, also abroad and outside of crypto. One thing that they talk about here in blockchain protocols is that it is very difficult to choose between the safety and security of staying on chain or moving off chain, where you can scale much better, but you lose a lot of your security, and you basically are asking the people who use your product to just trust you, and that is not really what blockchain is all about. All right, what else do we have? We have Hey Elsa. Also, I'm trying to look at a trade in the background. I know a lot of you guys are traders, so you're probably like, what is he doing down here on his phone? I'm looking at the chat, but I'm also kind of taking a look at this trade that I got running here constantly. And I really need to close this thing. Yeah, I definitely need to close this thing. River went sideways on me. Me and Blues have been trading River. I made a nice $300, and it looks like I'm going to end up giving it back. What do you think, Blues guy? What's the TA, since I'm not able to look at it? Are we going to get a bounce for River, or is it just some downward action for a while? But River is a very strong token. I could see it getting a bounce. It certainly could. Anyways, let's talk about Hey Elsa, or ticker Elsa here. I thought this thing was very interesting. Hey Elsa is a cryptocurrency trading conversation bot designed to assist users in managing their cryptocurrency wallet. So think AI agent, think ChatGPT of cryptocurrency and trading kind of put together. And it could be very useful. I've never used it. I do kind of want to do like a video review of it and actually mess with it a little bit, but I haven't found the time to do it yet. So the 20th of January 2026 is when the token came out. Market cap 29.7 million, been as high as 92.8 million, and it's a little bit of disparity, but this is pretty normal for a new project. All-time high looks like it was about 43 cents. Let's go see what kind of attention they have. This project I do see maybe being a little bit stronger than some of the other projects that we've looked at, but the tech has to work. It has to work well, right? And so what do we got going over here? All right, I'm waiting for Blues Guy to answer my question here. 92.7 thousand followers. Your crypto agent starts here. So a lot of times we hear about crypto agents, but how many people have ever used one, deployed one, had one work for them? Probably very few, because resources are expensive. They're not putting this stuff out for free, and you kind of have to pay up front usually. And I don't know about Hey Elsa. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's one thing I would like to know. So they have 10.4 thousand members in their community. Pin post from January 20th got 226,000 impressions. It just says introducing Elsa, and economic layer for DeFi is here. I think more excitingly, let's go over to their website. CZ just put a few million injection in it. Looks like we might pull back a little. Okay. Says CZ just put a few millions. INJ it. Looks like we might pull back. We pumped all night. Yeah, we did get a lot of pump. I got caught at the top, and I guess I got a little bit greedy. I hate when I do that, but it happens. Right now, I'm just losing what I made, so it's not a big deal, but I can't look at the trade very well, so I really need to get out of it. I'm hoping we get some kind of pump here. So welcome to Elsa, the simplest way to trade crypto. New to crypto, you can ask me anything. So you see very ChatGPT style. Let's see. Let's ask it a question. Can you, trade for me? Let's see what it says. Send the message. Oh, it's not working. I guess I got to be logged in. I swear it let me ask a question the last time I was on here. So you do have to go to the login and actually log into this thing to actually use it, it looks like. And you probably do have to pay for it. I didn't mean to close the website completely. So you got portfolio where you can see everything that you have going on, perpetual position. So again, ChatGPT meets an AI agent meets a trading bot. Then we have a trading arena, which I'm sure is like a leaderboard. Every time I click on anything, it takes me to log in. Man, every moment, you're not even going to let me look at the website, huh? All right. Well, that's pretty much all it is. Also, I saw a tab for airdrops. You can check eligibility. Obviously, I don't think I have any eligibility. Seeker is the native coin for Solana Mobile. At this point, I feel like most people know that. Accurast is something that I've had quite a few people ask me about this coin. Justin Sun, founder of Tron, invested $8 million in it. Sorry, not CZ. Okay, if he put $8 million in it, don't you think it would pump? Why would it pull back just because he put some money in it? That seems a little bit odd. All right, Accurast, ticker ACU. So let's see. They do have a token. It has been around since the 20th of January, 2026. 42.1 million in market cap right now. Only been as high as 69 million. So it's not very far from its all-time high. This thing could still run. A decentralized computation network using smartphones for secure execution. We see a lot of this type of stuff in the AI category of crypto where resources are expensive. They basically want to pool or bring together a bunch of resources that you're not using from your computer, from your mobile device in this case, and they will pay you out a small amount of some kind of reward or their token. I don't know about this project, but they all operate a little bit differently. And then they're going to go sell your resources to big AI and big tech companies that need those resources. And you can see the money model. So the one thing I really like about these things, even though I see a lot of them popping up and I'm a little weary of some, is that they have a clear way to make money, and that makes me happy. It makes me feel like they're not going to just live off of trying to, take your money and sell the tokens that they hold in the project. It pumped last night. It's been pamping for a week. Yeah, it just needs to cool off. I should have definitely not have got so greedy at the top there, but it happens. I know any traders out there, you've been there for sure. So let's take a look at what kind of attention this thing has going. And it says real decentralized computation network powered by phones. And that pretty much tells you everything you need to know. 134.5 thousand followers, 87,000 impressions, pin post from January 23rd, which is literally yesterday. So 87,000 impressions, pretty good. 42,000 impressions. See, some projects do 11 hours ago and they have 42,000 impressions. People are watching this. You can really tell on a project when people are paying a lot of attention to it and when maybe they're not. All right, so let's back out of this. Let's go take a look at the website. All right, thank you, Blue Sky. I appreciate you giving me that information. Let's see, how bad is the pullback now? Yeah, this thing just keeps dropping. I'm surprised we're not getting a little bit of a relief pump, to be honest with you. I don't want to spend too much time on this on stream. Maybe we'll get to that point in a minute. The token generation event is live, and it's been live, obviously, for a little while. Real decentralized computation network using phones. Got a spare phone? You could basically earn on their network. You could click here and go to the hub. I haven't deep dived this a ton, but you get it, right? You use your phone, you earn rewards. Maybe down the line they're going to airdrop. Maybe they let you have their token. This is another project I kind of need to do a full video on to give you the real sauce on this one. But you get the idea. I just want to introduce you to the projects and make sure you kind of get an idea of what they are. So Flying Tulip back on the radar again. We looked at this thing one time. Looks like it's about to do its token generation event. Maybe. Still no token generation event. Yep, there you go. They've raised $15 million. They even show you the backers, and usually the biggest backer is first. That is CoinFund. And let's look at our categories. Interoperable, so many ecosystems like Ethereum, Base, Sonic, BNB, and Avalanche. Category DeFi, sub-categories, perpetuals, DEX, lending, automated market maker. So Tulip is an on-chain exchange that provides spot trading, perpetual contracts, lending options, and structured yield. So one thing you'll see is there are a lot of these projects. Is there somewhere you can just go and copy and paste the code or something like that? Because man, we just see so many of them. But that is because exchanges are a big money maker, right? They make billions of dollars for places like, I don't know, MEXC, Coinbase, Weeks. Like, they make tons of money, millions if not billions. So 48.6 thousand followers, that seems a little low. 344,000 impressions though on the pinned post from October 13th. That's why, because it's really old. And I haven't really seen this project in months since it first popped on our radar, which was probably around October, honestly. And let's go to the website real quick just so we can say we did our due diligence here. Better yield, better UX. UX usually is for, user interface, usability. Why Flying Tulip is an upgrade for investors and traders. Flying Tulip introduces new capital allocation mechanisms and tokenomics designed for capital preservation and sustainable value creation through yield fund buybacks and long-term protocol growth. You know who I don't see here today? I don't see Camsta. Where is Camsta at? And Bankroll. Somebody go tell Camsta and Bankroll that we are live. I know it's a little bit later. Camsta might be in bed, and Bankroll, he's probably passed out. He lives in one of the tabs in our Discord, and he has a lot to say and is always doing a lot of trading and stuff. And I think a lot of times he gets tired and passes out. Bro, a month ago, River was $1. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Shout out to everybody who's here. Smash that like button. There is a link to our free Discord in the chat. And you can click connect here. It brings up my MetaMask. You won't be able to see that. Fixed supply, downside protection, and constant buybacks. It is an exchange, guys. I know a lot of people here are, traders and stuff. They're very familiar with exchanges. You don't need me to take you to it and tell you about how, much leverage and stuff. That's kind of pointless. All right, so that kind of concludes this little part here. One thing I do like to look at is our top gainers, top losers of the day. Let's take a look at it. Go to highlights over on CoinGecko, and you just click top gainers, and it'll bring up both top gainers and top losers. So we have Penguin. Of course, this thing has been bumping, you know that. Namia, usually a lot of the things in the top gainers are stuff that we went over because they're going to be trending, right? Accurist is actually down 25.8% today. This Iris, which we played around with a little bit, we couldn't get it to work. Me and Bankroll, but it's down 22.9%. Just a Frog, Zero Gravity Labs, GX Chain, DAI, which is a stable coin on Pulse, Elsa. So these things are having a little bit of a pullback. Space Coin, we were talking about this the other day in the stream. I think it was literally yesterday. Mine Network, FHE, that's fully homomorphic encryption, is their ticker, so you can tell what they're all about. And so Somnia is all about gaming. Fluid, we saw that had a big pump. Gravity by Galaxy. 39.2% pump. I don't know that one. Dusk is another one that is getting a lot of buzz. That one might be worth trading. Fight was new on the radar yesterday, but I see that it's not trending today. Blast, a token a lot of people thought was dead, is getting a 17.2% pump. I saw it a few times, and so there you go. That kind of concludes what is trending for us right now. Let's introduce the crypto IQ raising event, if you will. That's kind of my branding for anybody who's new here, but we're going to kind of, we've changed a little bit, right? We went from a daily topic to a series on the weekly, right? And then I changed from more of a factual bullet point style to more of a story driven narrative for doing these crypto IQ raising events, because I felt like it helped people connect a little bit better, right? So if you've been in crypto long enough, you start to notice something strange. The technology changes, the players change, and the cycle changes, but the stories feel familiar. AI, gaming, layer 2, RWAs, meme coins, but different names, same pattern. That is not random. So where narratives really come from, right? They're not organic, as the thumbnail was pointing out. Most narratives don't start on Twitter. They start quietly. A venture capitalist allocation, a roadmap leak, and a founder pitch. Infrastructure shipping. Only later do they reach the public. So doing my best to keep the energy up. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm actually fasting right now, and today is day 6, so I am feeling it a little bit. You could say that. I'm 6 days into a fast, and I'm just trying to make sure I bring the energy, but I can tell kind of just a little bit off. Incentives create stories. Every participant in crypto has incentive. So VCs want exits. That's, again, venture capitalists. They want to get out and they want to make money. Founders want users. Exchanges want volume. And creators want engagement. So you see what everybody is in it for. Narratives align to those incentives. Attention as a scarce resource. In crypto, attention is limited, right? And really anywhere. If you look at short-term content and stuff like that, it is very quick and right in your face, immediate gratification, because they know if they take even too long to give you that gratification, you might not stick around. So in crypto, attention is limited. So narratives compete that the ones that are simple, right? Emotional and easy to repeat are the ones that win. Complex truth loses to simple stories. The same narrative returns. Problems don't get solved in one cycle. And again, we talk a lot about how narratives and projects, they need to solve real problems or they don't stick around cycle after cycle. Think XRP. They stick around because cross-border payments is still extremely expensive, and they have a good product. If you've ever moved money from exchanges, from Coinbase to maybe Weeks or Mexi or another exchange, you will know it is pretty much free if you use XRP. If you're still moving like a stable coin like USDT, you are paying far too much money and waiting too long for it to come through. I love to use XRP for that. And so they do a good job and have a good product. Why the same narrative always returns, right? Problems don't get solved. They get rebranded, reframed, and reintroduced. New users hear the story for the first time. Veterans hear the echo. This is very true. So new users don't really understand that these are old narratives, and they get excited all over again. But veterans, all they hear is an echo, right? We know these narratives. We know RWA. We know metaverse, right? And a newer one now is these decentralized exchange, but they're not the first decentralized exchanges to be around. Crypto media doesn't drive narratives. It amplifies them. Once attention exists, headlines flow, coverage expands, and legitimacy appears. Visibility becomes validation. And yes, I use ChatGPT to structure this for me. Otherwise, I'd probably talk in circles a little bit. Influencers as distribution. So influencers don't create the narratives, they distribute them. That's a good distinction to understand. They simplify, dramatize, and repeat. Rinse and repeat for them, right? And they get the viewership, they get the views, they make the money. Accuracy matters less than engagement. So you can see where their head is when it comes to the things that they talk about. So some narratives only appear when infrastructure matures, tooling improves, and costs drop. Timing matters just as much as the idea. You ever heard somebody say they had a great idea but the wrong timing? By the time a narrative feels like it's everywhere, positioning has already happened. early risk already taken. Retail enters as consensus, not discovery, and a lot of times they enter as exit liquidity. So how to think a little more clearly about this. Instead of asking what is trending, start asking yourself who benefits, what just shipped, what incentives are aligned, and is this early or is it late? And you will find a lot of times by the time you know about it and you're getting excited about it, the early people are using you as exit liquidity. Go to the gym says, good to know. On fire, brother. You're on point. Great info. Thank you very much. Hit a little bit more water so we can keep going here. So core insight. Crypto natives aren't lies. Crypto narratives aren't lies. I'm reading whatever I want to read, right? It's my show. I can read what. No, I'm just playing. So they're incomplete truths shaped by incentives, understandings that change everything. In closing, crypto isn't just code, tokens, and charts. It's the system of incentives, attention, and storytelling. Once you see that, you stop chasing the noise and you start to understand the system. I hope you found this interesting. We do a series every week. It kind of starts over, but you'll see it's always crypto, so it's always very relevant. And we really just are wanting to raise your crypto IQ and the way you think about crypto in the hope that it would make you a better speculator in crypto for whatever you're doing, whether you're trading or you're buying and holding long term, whatever it is that you're doing. I hope that this helps you. All right, and that's a big part of the show right there. We've ran through a bunch of things. Let's go to the hour on the crypto bubbles. It's pretty much what you think it would be. Penguin having a pullback. This UCN, U-Chain, is having a little bit of a pump on the hour. And Dusk, which we talked about being a strong coin, up 11.5%. Now, where do we usually go from here? A lot of times I like to come over to weeks and look at my trade. It's a very sad trade right now. I really need to get out of it, honestly. Underground, you're killing me, bro. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. I was in a big hurry. This is the part of the stream where a lot of times I do slow down. And so, wait, is that my liquidation? 49. That's not my liquidation. Why does it say limit? Huh, that's weird. Anyways, this is where I slow down a little bit and we kind of talk and hang out. This is a weekend stream. We usually stream for like 2, sometimes 3, sometimes even 4 hours. I don't think we're getting a 4-hour stream in tonight, right? But we're just rolling into the first hour, and I think I went lightning fast and gave you so much information very quickly because it's the weekend, and I know a lot of people got to get to bed. They have other things to do. Maybe you have to put your children to bed. So I really just wanted to give that to you in a lightning format. I don't know why this says limit. Anybody know why this says limit? I don't think I have a limit. And why am I down so much? I'm down so much because I made that much and I let it run that far. I was going to cut it off before the stream and I got distracted. I had to call the crypto lifer and talk to him a little bit. And so I did get distracted on this trade, which is unfortunate. Moto Savage says, hey, bro. There you go in a hurry. I'm always in a hurry, man. I want to see your water bottle. I mean, it's just a Publix water bottle. It's nothing crazy here. So with that, we are going to swap over to a few other things that we like to bring up. So Fogo is a new product on the market, a new project. And one of the things they're all about is you have a wallet and you can log in. You go to sessions and you go to update limit, and it'll keep you logged in for up to a week at a time. I just keep, refreshing that, so it just updates it. Now I'm in for a week from now, and this is kind of just mining these fish tokens, all right? And it only cost me $5 for the boat NFT. They do have a demo if you go to their website, but of course you won't earn a thing. And you'll see here when we hit the fish, we're kind of mining the spots. It's like a miner, but I like that they gamified it, right? This is pretty cool in my opinion. And you can auto cast, and so you own these fish. You get these fish tokens from it. Says sup, hey bro, welcome in. Currently in my Doge short. I know everybody else is short. Amazing says go to the gym. And again, this is kind of where we slow down a little bit. This is a weekend stream. We go in a lot more detail during the Monday through Friday stream. I think so. Maybe somebody else will tell you how they feel about that. So you have unprocessed fish here. That's what you get. And then you get a bonus for holding. So I haven't processed them yet. So I got a little bonus going on here of about 5,000 of these unprocessed fish. What does that bring me up to? About 15,000. And you can actually swap them on, a swap and exchange. I think you need about 64,000 fish to like get $10, which would basically be where I could get $5 back and make $10. But I'm sure the price fluctuates. It also has a halving schedule, so it will have its halving in 13 days. Or is that 13 months? Oh, it's in 13 months. Okay. I thought it was a little closer together than that. And then we have some different other things that we play with. Weeks has glitches all the time. Yeah, it really does. MemeX better, at my opinion. Yes, I use Weeks because for MemeX I have to use a VPN. And so I don't want to use a VPN while I'm streaming because I'm not really sure how that would exactly affect our streaming, right? And so I don't want to do that. So I use Weeks instead. I like it. I've gotten used to it. I don't love it as much as I really love MemeX. I'm a hardcore MemeX person. I have the Palau digital ID, so I don't have to worry so much over there. There is a link to it in the description. If you don't know what a Palau ID, it allows you to KYC across many different exchanges, centralized exchanges, and not have to worry so much about your money getting locked up, stuff like that. So let's go here. We are getting a little bit like we might pump up to the 200. What am I on? The 1 minute? To the 200 on the 1 minute. Again, like Blue said, we have done a lot of pumping for this thing. And I'm about ready to cut it off. It's starting to get like a little bit of a move here, so I'm willing to give it a second, see if I can just cover a little bit of what I'm losing. BitTinex is something I've never really used TM hustling. Binance is the best. I do love Binance. It's a little hard to use here in the United States. I don't know if that's changed. That's how it was for a long time. Yep. Weeks US, cool. That's great. A lot of options. I now trade a lot on SparkDex. Yeah, they don't let me use that in America. I'd have to use a VPN. I just haven't played around with it, really. That's the truth. And then we got a few other things. We got Panzer Dogs that we love to play. We are moving into what I call the Underground Crypto Hangout session part of the show. We've covered a ton of stuff for you. I did it really fast, so it fit in a small time frame. And now we can kind of take a deep breath, talk about what we want to talk about, hang out, play some games here. At Underground Crypto, we love DeFi gaming, right? And we do stick to things that are DeFi gaming. You're not going to have me on here playing, Grand Theft Auto because there's just no point. This is supposed to be a crypto stream. We talk a little more loosely about different things. And this game is a lot of fun. It's an in-web browser game. It's a play-to-own game, not a play-to-earn game, meaning when you play, you generate these scrap tokens. Every time you have 1,000, you can go into the shop and you can buy a pack. And so then you can go to your garage, go to your, tank. You can upgrade. You get rares, commons, uncommons. Those are actual NFTs on the blockchain. And therefore, you should be able to sell them in a marketplace. I haven't deep dived that as much as maybe I should have. So I don't know where marketplace-wise you would be selling these NFTs. Boy, I'm just clicking all over the place. Anyways, there's a lot of people in our community, though, who love to play with us. Usually Camsta and Blues Guy will play. What's up, man? You got it wrong. You got it wrong. The best is the Blues. Okay. I'll take that. Shout out to Blues Guy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being somebody who always drops a super chat and supports the channel. I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to run a round of Panzer Dogs real quick. It's the weekend. What do we do on the weekends? We hang out with our crypto family. If you want to join Blues Guy, I can always get you in the next one. And to anybody else who's here who likes this, you just go to Panzer Dogs. You have to play like 3 rounds, or I think you have to get to level 5. It'd take you probably 4 or 5 minutes to do. And then we can friend each other, invite each other, and we can play together live on the stream. That is something you want to do. Feel free to do it, and then shout it out in the chat, and we can kind of play. 6 days, that's huge. Congrats. Fasting is mind control, control your own mind. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a stranger to fasting. I think the longest fast I ever did was like 11 and a half days. Maybe you could call it 12. It was a while ago. I've done many fasts since then, but usually 3, 4, maybe 5-day fasts. I'm already thinking I wanted to do 2 weeks, but I know I'm going to go hang out with the lifer on Monday. And I mean, it's the lifer. You know, he's gonna entertain well. There's gonna be amazing food, great steaks and stuff like that. And I want to be able to partake in it, to be honest with you. So I'll probably wait until like Sunday night. So Blues Guy, give me your instructions for breaking a longer fast. And I'll probably hop into another fast right after. I may just, break fast for that day and get back into it. I look at fasting more as like a long-term lifestyle a lot of the times than just a, fly-by-night one-time try to be healthy thing to do. So for me to break a fast is not the end of the world, because a lot of times I will, I'll get back in another one. And we do talk a lot about a lot of things here in the Underground Crypto Hangout. We very much view ourselves as a crypto family, a tight-knit community. And so whatever is going on in other people's lives is relevant to us. So if you got something you want to talk about, even if it's not crypto related, feel free. If it is crypto related, also feel free. Just want to give that open invitation here. Wow, Go to the Gym just dropped a $20 super chat. Go to the Gym, that might be the biggest super chat I've ever gotten. You're newer to the channel here, so you might not know that we recently got super chats as an option. I've been grinding for, almost 2 years without any pay. Not that I'm complaining in the slightest bit. I love what I do. But it's just amazing to now have this super chat option and things like that. It's just really awesome. Underground, by fasting, you are also raising your frequency. Holy Spirit, absolutely. Very much like the lifer is, I'm very much pro God, God first. I'm not going to, preach sermons to you on the channel necessarily, at least not yet. But I tell you that it is a strong, important thing in my life, and I'm not going to pretend like it isn't. I did get 1,000 scrap here, so let's go ahead and open a box while I continue to shout out Go to the Gym, man. Thank you so much. I don't want to skim over that like I'm not extremely grateful, because gratitude is the attitude. I think it is very important. And for you to come to the channel kind of first time and drop a $20 super chat on me, you the man for that. I appreciate you. And I really look forward to hoping that you come to some more, streams, that I get to chat with you in the Discord. Maybe you get to know some of the awesome people in our community. And if I can ever help you with anything or make a video specifically about something that you're interested in, let me know. All right, let me read what he was telling me, because I did ask Blues a question. Oh, invite. Yep, definitely hit you with the invite. I am moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'm glad to see I'm not like totally sluggish here, because I felt a little bit completely out of it before we started the stream. But you start the stream, Lifer says it all the time, you start the stream and then all of a sudden this rush of energy comes out of nowhere. Before you see him eat fruit, then go to see him eat your ass up, and then do it again. Like a day ahead, like the night before, eat fruit. Nice, thank you. Go to the gym, exactly. To break fast. Biggest super chat, exactly. I read the Egyptians would eat 1 meal a day at sundown. Yeah, like intermittently fasting. Which, if you're a gym kind of guy, you know about intermittently fasting. We're going to go ahead and start in just a second, Blues. Yep. It says, God bless you, Mr. Go to the Gym. Well earned. Thank you very much, brother. I greatly appreciate it. And Go to the Gym, man. Tell us, how did you, you don't have to make like an elaborate thing about it, but how did you get into crypto? Like, what did you come in for trading? Did you come in and hold a coin for a little while and watched it pump? It's kind of how I got into crypto. Gratitude is the language of the heart. Exactly. You got so much energy, man. So much. I really do. This morning I woke up feeling a little bit like everything was in slow motion. But I got some coconut water in me. And I had my apple cider vinegar as well. Look at Blues Guy backing me up here. And so, yeah, between those things, I really got my energy up. Man, he is coming at me. He wants to get me. I don't know why this game is so fun, but it is. It's a simple game, but the way that the like firing works, shooting at each other, it has like a lag to it, like a pretty good lag. And that lag kind of makes it more difficult, right? You're not just pointing and shooting and immediately hitting everybody. Come on, I should be able to take this guy out. Got him. Starting a fast, the morning free fasting hours while you sleep. Yeah. I love to wake up in the morning and know that I just got like a bunch of hours of being fasted and I didn't even have to worry about anything like eating. It just feels great. And then you get to say, all right, today is whatever, right? Get to be on that next day number. And it's really amazing for energy. It's great for weight loss, great for a lot of things. What is it called, Blues Guy? Autophagy. I understand the concept. I always mess up the word. I think it's autophagy, where your body consumes all the cells that are, messed up or just getting broken down or anything like that. Oh, I hit him with that rocket. Did I? No, I didn't. It just hit its distance limit and blew up. Man, come on. I need to get some more hits. Let's see who gets top dog at the end of this. Who gets the most kills? It's usually me or Blues Guy every time. I need to reload some shots here. Maybe grab this. Bang. 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 Got him. Oh, and that is the round. 6-2 and the time is over. Very short rounds. It says you're going Coco for the Coco. Says I was fired from a job after 29 years. Took my 401k money and put it into I Trust Capital. Scrapped up XRP for years. Well, I take it you're probably up pretty good on that if you bought it years ago. I know I bought quite a bit of XRP. I mean, what is quite a bit to me is completely relevant, right? But I bought quite a bit of XRP around between 20 and 50 cents, and it's done me pretty well. It didn't make me no millionaire or even 100,000aire off of it, but it was good money. It was good returns. And now I'm just hoping that we get, everybody, we talked a lot about the 4-year cycle on this channel for a long time. I believed very heavily and, rocking with it until it was proved otherwise. By the way, Blues Guy got top dog. Shout out to Blues Guy. And so now it seems like it's broken. And I really do have this gut instinct. And I try not to over trade on it or anything like that we are going to have a really great 2026. Does that mean till the middle of the year, to the end of the year blow off? I don't really know, but I do feel like there are good things coming in 2026. That was the start. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I love to hear everybody's story about how they got into crypto because, we all come from different places, and understanding that really gives you a clear idea of like kind of where somebody is in crypto. Said, I like your vibes. Here I can tell you are a high-frequency individual. Hey, I'm a lifer. Got to be high-frequency individual to be a lifer. In my opinion, that is what really makes a lifer a lifer. Please have a look at Flare then. Yeah, you probably like Flare. Flare has some good yields and returns, and I think it's a very, personal opinion, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I as far as what goes on in the background, but I think it's a pretty safe protocol to be involved with. When you're dealing with a lot of money, like if it's like your 401k or you're going to put something in, start small and see how you like it before you over allocate yourself. My personal opinion, never financial advice, but I very much do care about people. I'm not here to make a buck off of you or anything like that, as I know there are plenty of people who are. I just give you my real raw opinions. Yo, where did that guy come from? Just turned around, he was like right in front of me. Bang, 3 shots right on point. Reload them up. And for anybody who doesn't know, Friday is our DeFi Friday stream where we play a bunch of games. It's like we do go over what's trending and we do that kind of quick analysis and stuff, but really the core of it is we will play games for quite some time. Always looking for that DeFi summer comeback, like once upon a time we had it. Man, I am doing nothing but missing. Bang. Stole Blues Guy's kill, but hey, I kept you from getting killed. maybe you can get that health up. I'm not even lagging, but I'm not doing as good as I usually do. Usually I'm just striking them down. And you got to really put the shot like where they're going, not where they are. Come on. Just slightly out of range for me. Got him. 9-1. We got 20 seconds, and that's a game. First person to 10 kills. Says maximize your XRP, bro. Yeah, that's another good point. Pretty soon, Flare will be mainstream. I repeat, will be mainstream. Yeah, absolutely. Looks like this got a little bit of a pump. Did they just save me $100 on this river trade? I hope so. This thing has been downtrending for a minute. I felt like it had to get a pump at some point here. All right. It saved me about $100 so far. Let's see if we can keep it up. Are we getting rejected at the 1 minute 200 though? That's no fun. We'll check back in on that in just a second. All right, go back. See, do I have enough scrap to open another box? I do. Let's get us another NFT play to own, baby. Thanks for keeping the chat running, Blues Guy. I appreciate you. You might think he's spamming, but what he's doing is he's keeping the chat running because it feeds people in here. We don't really tolerate people spamming, but he's saying something, just for anybody who's new here. Then we have Chainers, and I'm going to play another round of Panzer Dogs in just a second. Just going to grab my Panzer rewards here. And this is an interesting game. It's like play to earn for sure. And so, just like many financial things have, they have a farm, and it's just farm in name only. You just click, go to the farm, and then you usually stake something and you earn yield, which is cool. I'm all for that. But this is actually a little bit more of an actual farm, and you can get different plots of land. You can feed some chickens and stuff, and you get stuff for it. And then when you're done, you come over here to the vegetable stand, and there is an in-game currency called CFB. You have Polmatic and BNB. I like to do the BNB. So I hit all, and it gives me a rough estimate of what I might get, and I click sell. Then it puts it in, and it takes, you know, it goes in blocks, right? So it sells all these off like every 4 hours or something like that. And when this thing goes away, I can show you. Go away. Come on. All right. Then you can click drop down, and you can see what I've generated here. It's nothing too amazing. The goal and the hope here is that you get more plots to plant more stuff so you can sell more stuff quickly. You can buy things. I'm not going to buy things because I know how that goes. I've played a lot of these type of games, and you will purchase things, and then all of a sudden they will run off. What I do like about this game is that they don't really give too much away. For a lot of the play to earn games that I've been a part of, they give way too much away too quickly, and then the value's been sucked out of it and people leave, and you're stuck holding the bag if you were somebody who really enjoyed it and was trying to play on a more long-term scale. It just doesn't work out. So I hope that they've learned the lesson from a lot of play to earn gaming, that basically you're going to go to zero if you give all of the money away in the beginning just to get people's loyalty. You don't get people's loyalty by giving them money. You just become somebody who they mooch off of. That is the big flaw, in my opinion, to play to earn gaming. I don't know why it won't register that I've already linked my email. All right, so then we have our daily reward, day 21. So you can see how long I've been messing with this thing, about 21 days. These fertilizers speed up stuff so that you can sell them for your B&B or whatever, but they also are used to upgrade things. So let's go back to the farm. I need 25 CFB to get an upgrade here. Crypto Gaming Live, exactly, every Friday. And at the end of most streams, almost all streams, we have our Underground Crypto Hangout. Because one, I love to play DeFi games, and two, it gives us a little bit more time. Like, I could have ended the stream when we were done with a lot of the main stuff. I could have been like, all right, everybody, have a great night, goodbye. But why do that when I consider us, crypto family? And I really do want to hang out and talk with everybody. I'm a very people person, if you can't tell. I like to talk. I also am a good listener, though. I will give myself that credit. I do like to listen to what other people have to say. And so, I like to connect with people is what I'm really getting at. So I don't want to run off stream the minute that we finish our, main agenda, if you will. Says, good night, crew. All right, man. Have a good one. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for coming by. Hope to see you in the Discord or another stream. Stay blessed, and I will see you tomorrow on the Lifers channel, I'm sure. Maybe you could put in a good word for me. We are trying to grow. Said, I'm out, gang. I have to be up early. Yep. TM hustling. Go to the gym. This is exactly why I ran through everything lickety split. Because I knew that people were going to have to go, but I just appreciate your support. I just appreciate you guys coming by. It means the world to me, and we are not going anywhere. See you on the next one. They're probably already gone. All right. This is like me and Melissa's game right here. I do rock with this game. I can't wait for them to upgrade it and do some stuff. I really hope it doesn't wind up being kind of dead where they just like don't ever do anything. All right, looks like we're trying to flag and let the 21 come up. Hopefully we don't just like let the 21 come up just so that we can crash. That would be kind of unfortunate. We had a really big pullback. I want to drop it to another time frame here. We had a big pullback, almost kind of big double bottom here for River. Really need to change that color. Yellow just hits much better. Yeah, that's way better. So I don't know. Is there even... Can I delete this? Go away. I would say there's even this inverted head and shoulder, but I don't know if it'll play out. That could be monumental. This losing trade could turn into one heck of a winning trade here if we could just get this other shoulder to come up. We shall see. Time will tell. I'm not stressing. I'm really only in it for house money that I literally made today. Longing River. So that is what it is. He says, I keep saying I'm leaving, but I don't want to. What's up, Panzer Dogs? I don't know if I've shouted you out. Thank you for being here, brother. Another lifer in the building. I keep saying I'm leaving, but I don't want to. Yeah, I feel you, man. I appreciate as long as you stay. And we stream every day, pretty much. If I miss a stream, it's usually on a Sunday, just for a few things that I got going on. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I do have other businesses, so sometimes I got to give some attention. And Sunday is a big night for me with my other businesses, for anybody who doesn't know, because I got to get all my shipping ready and stuff like that for all the packages to go out Monday morning, because, shipping doesn't really move over the weekends. So if I have a couple hundred packages that need to go out, sometimes I got to take the time to do that, because that is what pays the bills. One day, I'll be like the lifer, and I'll be able to live off of the crypto funds that I make, but that is not today. Let's see. Are we getting a little inverted head and shoulder here? Maybe. We'll see if that ages well. All right. Let's go back over to Panzer Dogs. Oh, Blue Sky disconnected. Looks like it will break the 200. Yeah, it does. And I could honestly just like stare at this. Oh, I know what we didn't do today, which is fine because it's a weekend stream. But we didn't really like chill and take a look at Trading View. So I'm going to pull up Trading View to look at River instead of this tiny little chart. I already have it up because I've been trading it all day. I've done really well on it. I made $300. Just like a silly person, I'm giving it back. I saw this head and shoulder here with a measured move, and we pretty much hit that measured move. This is on the 5-minute time frame, and I really just kind of want to delete all the work. Just get rid of all of that crap, right? I was wondering why my alerts didn't go off. I wonder if I accidentally deleted it. So 5-minute topping out. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Not really bearish divergence, but I guess... Nah, they're both pretty flat, honestly. So no bearish divergence on the 5. You do have bullish divergence here. I think divergence is super critical. It's slight. It's very slight. But they're not the same angle, which is, I guess, what you're really looking at here. Go to the 3 minute. Getting back above the 200 on the 3. Moving average is getting nice and tight. Hopefully that pumps us and not dumps us. Because the moving average is getting tight can go either way. Invite, yeah, absolutely. We're going to do that in just a second, Blues guy. I just wanted to look at this for a second, just so I could have some peace of mind while we actually play some games here. Looks like maybe we're going to get a flag. This flag is very early on, so it might flag out more. It might just go ahead and pump. We shall see, but our measured move would be what? Something like this. Come on now, let me grab it. You can do it. Yeah, that sends us back up to like 59. All right, I'll port you guys back over. We'll probably bounce back and forth to that. And let's see, where is my kind of break even here? Yeah, it's 60.9. Have a little bit of dry powder to bring my stuff down, but I don't like to use it while we're dumping, because if we're going to dump, then I don't really want to keep adding while we keep dumping, and then I don't have anything for my margin. I like to keep my margin rolling. Yeah, under 200 bucks again. Let's go. Maybe we could get out of this. Patience is the key. I have panic sold so many times in my life. Not recently, but in my life I have as a trader. All right, let's go ahead and hit that invite for Blues guy. He's probably singing the blues right now. For all of you who don't know, Blues guy actually makes blues music. And I don't know, Blues guy, have you ever recorded your music in like a studio and stuff? Are you on Spotify or anything like that, Blues guy, where we could check you out? If not, I think that would be a really good thing for you. Ooh, that neck crack. I needed that. Wait for Blues guy to hop in, and then we'll play a few more rounds of Panzer Dogs. And it is rolling on 11:35. Over an hour and a half we've been streaming. Got shouted out on the Lifer channel today. That was amazing. I never know, when he's going to do that. It's completely organic. I appreciate him greatly. Like I said, I can't say enough great things about Sam. And I really, really, really look forward to hanging out with him on Monday. Really, really do. We've been talking about a lot of stuff, just like me and you have, Blues guy. It's really cool. Just got to wait for the stream to catch up so he sees that I'm out in Panzer Dogs. I think it's like 30 seconds behind or something like that. And it keeps doing this to me. It's like we get above the 200 and then it plays games and like gives it back and starts dumping. That's what it's been doing to me for a minute. Yes, we're doing it right now. We have 10 originals that I have not shared yet. Awesome. Hey, the invite is rolling, brother. The invite is there. Shout out to anybody who's hopping in. Welcome to Underground Crypto. And we are playing some Panzer Dogs, which is a play-to-earn DeFi game. All the gaming that we do here is DeFi, meaning it's crypto-related blockchain infrastructure. A lot of people know gaming as play-to-earn. This is play-to-own. As you play, you can unlock NFTs. You get scrap currency for the games you play. Then you come down to the shop and you can open up these packs. They will give you different NFTs where you can upgrade your tank and do better and better. And then, of course, they are NFTs. So I'm sure there's a marketplace you could probably sell them, although I haven't looked into it. Saw a few people roll in and wanted to let you guys know. And we've been live for like an hour and a half. So this is kind of our end of the stream stuff here where we just hang out. We're a close, niche, tight crypto family. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, and definitely check out that link in the chat and in the description for the free Discord. Where when we're not streaming, that's where we're hanging out. All right. I got the... I think I kind of like this weapon more than anything else. Oh, we're trading shots. Is that's what's going on? All right. I see you. Oh, he hit his own person there, huh? Never really know if I'm playing with bots or not. Oh, I got him down to 15. Will I get the kill? No, Blues guy got it. Get you some health, Blues guy. I'll back you up. Sucks that we're on a little bit of a lag, so I can't give you anything in real time here. Got one. Another one bites dust. Hopefully everybody gets that reference. All right, Melissa, thank you for being here. It was an amazing stream, and you made it that much better by being here. Thank you very much, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Can I do it again? Can I get him? Got him. Super low on health. Had to hide in the grass there a little bit. Need some health. Blues guy, you're going to have to cover me. Oh, you let him through. You were supposed to smoke him. He's probably trying to chat here. We are tripping all over each other, but I won that one. All right, that's game 8-2. Yep, and we lost that 200. Like I had a feeling we would, but it does kind of set up the shoulder, head, and then are we getting that right shoulder? I sure hope so. Man, if I got out of this thing with minimal losses, that would be amazing. 3 minutes, Stokes looking to reset. Let's go run to the 5 minute, looking to reset. The 15 minutes, still got room to push up. The 1 hour starting to bottom out, man. I might, see, as long as they don't do too much damage to me, might chill why that actually changes. And I do see, look at this, that's bearish dib on the 1 hour. Over here, I have to click it multiple. Now, what are you doing? No, go away. Sell what? Boy, I'd be so mad if it just randomly sold my position. That would suck. Look at that 15 minute. What is this limit? Oh, I must have a limit order. That's what it is. Get rid of that thing. I was wondering, oh, I must have switched me to limit. I don't know why it did that. See, I was wondering when I put a tiny bit more money in why my break even didn't stop. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute. Too much lag. Yeah, it'd be like that sometime. That Canadian internet. All right, Blues guy, I'll be around if you wanna chit chat over text or something. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. It was an amazing show. We got 2 super chats, and you know, Lifer shouted me out. It's been a great day. I'm going to roll into day 7 of fasting here, and I will talk to everybody in the Discord if you need me. Stay underground, stay crypto, and of course, Crypto Ron out. If I can do that. All right, it's freezing. All right, bye everybody. I'll say bye a million times. See you later.